occupation? Tell me what's my race? Tell me is it with inflation? Tell me what's my age? Tell me what's my race? Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. And tell me all your information. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know. Tell me how it's priced. Tell me if the item is for sale. And tell me if it is.
Welcome, everyone, to Collision After Dark. Welcome, everyone, to the garage. Jeremy, Mr. Isaacs, the Evan expert, cannot be here today. Instead, we have the beautiful, the wonderful, the evil EVP Joe.
It's me. It's me. It's that EVP.
I love it. I love
Here
it.
doing my best. Here doing my best impression of Mr. Isaacs. So please don't hold it against me. I know my voice is not as sultry as his. I'll try my best.
I'm just wondering if you cannot use the name Joe because that's my name. I'm kidding. That wasn't very
I was
humble
about to
of me.
say, sir,
That wasn't
I
humble
was
of
here
me.
before you. I'll be here after you.
Oh man. And I'm, of course, I'm the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada F and Dry, damn it. We got a jam-packed show for you. I wonder how well we're gonna rabbit trail today without Jeremy. Like, he's almost like the glue that holds the rabbit trails together.
Yeah. I mean, well, we'll see.
What did you think of the show tonight? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. I don't think this week's show was as good as last Collision or the last couple of Dynamites. It was a solid show. Just it wasn't one of those shows to me where everything was must see, must watch. Like if you missed it, did you miss some good wrestling? Yes, but I don't think it would hurt anything if you didn't see it. Personally.
No, not yet. What is going on, Gary Joe? I mean, Gary. Oh my goodness. What is going on?
Not much. Okay. I was really enjoyed Collision tonight. I agree it's not overly over the top Collision, but at least a solid B. I would give it.
Well, we're gonna grade at the end of the show, so
it had some moments. It really had some moments without giving away what's going on right now. But in my humble opinion, yeah, I'd give it a B at least tonight.
All right, should we just go right
cat? Is that my cat? Was that my cat?
That's my cat.
Oh, okay. I thought it was my neighbor cat with AIDS. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I heard something about it's not even like your friend's cat. It's like it's just this cat in the window that I've heard some rumors.
It's mine. I don't know what people just send hate all the time and keep making up rumors about me all the time. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for sure. Should we get into the first match, EVP?
Sure. Our first match of the night. I will say, I do miss with Collision, like their opening promos. I missed them. I enjoyed them. It made the show feel different. I wish they would bring them back.
It kind of reminded me of like how Saturday Night's Main Event used to start. They used to have the guys at the beginning of the show saying something, and then you get the thing going.
Yeah. Okay. So first match of the night is the tag match of the Blackpool Combat Club of John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus CMLL's Star Jr. and S. I can't even pronounce it. Esfinge. I'm sorry, I'm butchering the Spanish name, but I thought this was. I enjoyed this match. Thought it was great. This is definitely one of those where the styles made the fight. I laughed because I think it was Shivani who said, "Oh no, Moxley's got a little bit of blood. Let's see how he reacts to it." I'm like, really?
So yeah, I thought this was an entertaining match. We'll see where it goes. I'm not digging. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not digging the CMML thing. I'm not.
CMLL has to get a win, or you run the risk of it being WWE.
Well, they got to win on Rampage. They got to win on, but it's like
They got to win on Dynamite. In my humble opinion, they got to win on Dynamite. They, you know what? It's really actually turning into the invasion angle all over again from WCW, and it's really not looking good in that sense.
Yeah, the problem with the WCW invasion was WCW always lost.
Yeah.
Like, how do you build this team up?
Yeah. That wasn't too humble.
Now, with that said, I don't. They didn't really advertise it, but the CMLL guys did invite BCC down to Arena Mexico for a match.
Yeah, and they're probably going to eat the loss there, and we'll hear about it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Or at least jumped and beaten up for something like that. Like all of a sudden all of a sudden they'll be by themselves, and their locker room come out after them. You know.
Yeah, we have Caleb backstage. Let's bring him on in.
Sure.
What is up, my brother, my man, my amigo?
There's some
CB, that ruthless son of a bitch. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, John Ewan. How are you?
I'm doing come see, come talk.
Oh, is I?
That's French. Come see, come talk. What did you think of this match?
MCL is not good. Not good. Show when they bring their Rey Mysterio friends.
I love it. Hold on, this is funny. He does the rabbit ears. That's freaking awesome.
The first, go ahead, Ewan.
No. What were you gonna say?
The first match was good. I'm happy for Don Moxley and Cario that the win tonight is really good. Clean fight, but I want to see CMLL go to the deal show.
Okay, so as always, when you're in the chat, we have to ask you some questions because you say a lot of stuff, Caleb. You say a lot of stuff.
I do.
Yeah, you do. So one of the things I have to ask you about is yesterday you said you wanted to be on the women's roster and compete as a what's the reason?
I just joking around.
You're joking around. You didn't, because I wanted to put you on that roster and help you out.
I'm not that kind of woman.
You're not that kind of woman. Does anyone else have any questions for Caleb? No? Get in?
Yeah, I got one. What's it like to not have a title, Caleb?
Oh!
The evil DM does throw me on the bus tonight.
Threw you under the bus.
I feel good, but way more messes. That's why I don't do way more messes.
Yeah, you're not having as good a season in AFW prediction as you did last year. Like, you were DTW champion.
I was. Somebody steal my belt.
I don't know who that was. All right, Caleb, we'll see you later. Thanks for calling in.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye. Well, he's nice when Caleb calls in.
What a humble guy.
He is.
Caleb is anything but humble.
In a way, you're kind of right.
Look, that man has come out of his shell a lot. He is not a humble man anymore. Maybe when we first met him, yes.
I don't know. I just coming from being a humble guy myself. I think he's a pretty humble person.
Well, Joseph Gary, you know all about this kind of thing, right? Like, you wake up every day, you eat your vitamins, and you say your prayers.
I'm humble today, extremely. Every day I wake up and just say humble today, extremely. Humble today, every day.
Yeah, that like you look in the mirror and you're just like, gosh.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes I need to have my assistants help me out with that too. So
yeah. Well, let's get into the second match.
Well, no, before the second match,
Right.
Moxley grabs the microphone, basically calls out any team, says he stand up or gets, and you could stand up, but you're going to get stepped on. And out comes FTR. Like, I'm looking forward to this.
So I just want to catch up on the comments here. We got Shane. I want Joseph in the parking lot.
anytime, I'll take you anytime. I won't be scared of you. No, I won't hide from you.
And then we got Marty. I like the idea of opening the promos too, Joe, but most of them weren't great. CMML, are they ever going to win a match? Me and Joe are agreeing too much. I don't like this one bit.
I'm rubbing off on him.
I like that match. It's fun, exciting. Question for Jabroni Joey. Why is he such a wuss?
See, that's the hate I get every day. Just all day, every day.
It's rough.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get emotional there.
Yeah, that's all right. Tiffany Trim says, and I kayfabe black back LMAO, but still, if you watch, I don't know. I can't read right now.
Basically, she's saying she'll take on Caleb anytime.
Oh, good. Thank you. You know, you can be my interpreter if you want.
I can do that. I got you.
Yeah. PCB, Joe is so evil.
Well, which Joe are we talking about now?
Me.
Oh, honestly, sorry. I wasn't humble of me once again.
Look,
yes.
If I'm evil and Marty agrees with me, what does that make him? Just saying.
Does that make Marty evil as well?
I think so.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get back to the FTR. Moving on to a bit of a bout.
Yeah, so what did you guys think about the little?
That's freaking amazing, but at the same time, it makes no sense. You know, with the CMLL, like they're supposed to be taking on CMLL, and now you got FTR, one of the most favorite teams in AEW, stepping up to them. So, what happens then? So the CMLL storyline takes a back burner, you know. So,
I don't know. They tend to do multiple stories at one time, so I think we'll see what happens. We'll give it some time. You got to let it at least see if it works out, and if not, then we can criticize them and be like, finish one story, then start another one.
Well, this is just building for a Dynamite match.
That's true. If I'm going to set up the match though between those two, I would have rather have like Daniels and Moxley versus FTR over Claudio and Mox.
Well, unfortunately, Danielson is getting ready for a match with Zack Sabre Jr. in Japan.
That's right. Yeah, which they made mention of tonight on air.
Could be setting up a match for Revolution.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, neither one of these teams are ranked.
Yeah, so if you got these two trying to get a title shot out of it,
that's possible. I wonder where Yuta is. Is he injured or something? I haven't seen him in.
I haven't seen him in a while. So, yeah, I'm curious to see where they're going with this. FTR, they pretty much have to go on the back burner before they go for those titles again, so we don't
Yeah.
spew them out of our mouth. That's what my thoughts are.
Well, not just that. Cash Wheeler has to go deal with his legal issues too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they don't want to put the titles on them as long as.
yeah,
that's
I think it would be a
in
bad
jeopardy.
business call to put the titles on FTR, and then if Cash has to go away for any certain amount of time or anything like that.
Yeah, I think they
doubt
want
it,
to
though.
monitor that before they make their next
Yeah.
their next call, and I think that's probably why they took the belts off them.
Possible. Yeah.
Like, it makes sense if you think about it. Like, this is bad. This is just a smart move. Because they weren't real long into that title reign either.
Though, this match could actually be like a possible injury angle where Dash gets injured in this match just to go take care of the other stuff for the time being.
They can always do that. I don't know if it's here though. All right, do we want to move on to the next match or the next segment?
Match number 2 was another great match that I thought was Daniel Garcia versus Shane Taylor of Shane Taylor Promotions. This was I think they told a great story here of David versus Goliath, big man versus little man, strength versus power. Daniel Garcia with his technical prowess sitting there finally gets the win with a knee bar, showing a new submission in his repertoire. I thought it was a great match. Shane Taylor looked phenomenal in this match, if you ask me. So, Canada Dry, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm interested with the choice of Shane Taylor, because whenever you put a leader of a faction against someone you're going to push, you're pushing that whole faction down.
Yeah, that's very true.
But at the same time, right now, the faction is literally only Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty.
Really they're not quite a real faction. They're more of just a
just more like a team at the moment.
A gimmick.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. I enjoyed this match. It was probably one of the better matches of Shane Taylor's that I've seen. Daniel Garcia getting the wins stacked up here, looking good doing it. So he's getting the push, and we'll talk about that later.
Yes, we will
in a future segment.
Yeah, Jesse Gary, what do you think about this match?
Unfortunately, I was having a lot of connection issues during that match. But I mean, it's really good that the building. I caught the kind of tail end. It's really good that Daniel Garcia is getting built up like this. It's almost going like the same plateau as Sammy Guevara, which I could see him getting one of the side title shots pretty quick, or even maybe a side title run, whether it's the international or the TNT title. But then again, with the run, I don't think he's gonna be the one to take it off of Christian. So
did a wrestler get hurt tonight? I don't think so.
I did not notice it. That doesn't mean someone didn't get injured, but
yeah, I
if
didn't
you know who you're talking about, you can throw their name in chat.
Oh, this guy,
Joker Fish. Who exactly?
Yeah, I always wondered Joker Fish, if you can trust a guy named Joker Fish.
I know who that is. What the hell? Okay. I saw it popping in my chat. What the hell?
And Tiffany Trim says, "I don't think you're humble."
Ooh.
What does she know? She's not the humble one like I am.
That's a good comeback.
You know what's weird? It's just nothing's popping up in my chat right now. Weird.
Marty says, "Maybe I am evil."
Maybe a new tag team coming to AFW here in the future. You never know.
Before you betray him, before he betrays you, because this be an MJF Cole tag team coming up.
All right, next segment we have Eddie Kingston backstage. Yay, giving a lackluster interview.
I don't know. I think this was one of his better ones.
But he didn't really say anything or do anything.
I don't know. It's better than his usual. You go talk to him. Come on, at least
But basically, he challenged Danielson to a match where only Danielson has stakes in it, which is kind of dumb. Hopefully, Danielson will come back.
Well,
next
Danielson
week.
gets the gold. That's what he gets.
Well, at the moment, it's not a title match.
Well, how do you have a non-title match for?
That's what I'm saying. Hopefully, Danielson will come on Dynamite and say, only if you put the title on the line. It's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
That's
like
what I
because it
think
doesn't
it
make
is.
sense
Yeah.
without a title match.
I think it's going to be a title match. That's because why else? Because that's exactly what Brian's going to probably say is, why don't you put that thing on the line if you want the
Or maybe
rematch?
they just forgot to mention it was for the title. Like it was just kind of like, oh, obviously it is.
Maybe.
I still, once again, it just shows too many titles right now with AEW like that. 4 titles, 4 active singles titles right now. That's kind of.
Look, I'm fine with it. They have stories going for all of the titles, so it's not like they're just,
including the FTW title.
Yeah, it's not like
Oh
they're
yeah,
just
we never
boring.
forget about that. Yeah. So then, what happens to the actual ROH title, though?
Well, I guess there's still 3 separate titles. They're just a Triple Crown, so they can still be broken up, I imagine. I guess. I really have no idea.
Well, yeah, if he loses, I believe though, if he loses one, he loses all.
That's the way it seems like.
I don't know.
We'll find out. I hope Brian Danielson wins. See, I did it again backwards.
It's hard to break old habits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, our next match is our weekly squish match. It is Brian Cage.
Wait a second.
What's up?
Tiffany's evil, not Joe. Oh, Tiffany getting called out by Sasaki. Is that what it is pronounced?
Sasaki, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, you see, wants more
I
titles.
want more titles, women's titles, hardcore titles. Joe's an evil son of a bitch title.
Dave's the inaugural champion for that one.
Hey, did I not mention women's titles on the earlier show?
Yeah.
I think they might be.
You know, my humble opinion. I mentioned it in the earlier show too.
I don't think, like, if they wanted to do like a YouTube show of just a women's show, I don't think they could.
No, they can't. They can't do YouTube because the whole premise of getting rid of the YouTube shows was that WBD had sole distribution rights of all their stuff.
Yeah.
But
except Ring of Honor.
Yeah, except Ring of Honor. However, if they get to be on streaming on this new super mega sports platform, maybe then they can do an all women show every once in a while.
I wonder who the hell this is.
That is my son.
Okay. I'm like, someone's mocking you, Joseph Graham.
No, that's my son.
Hey, how's it going, buddy? He's the baby in the intros.
No, you're not. You don't sure don't go. Yeah, he's only 9 years old, so and he loves wrestling. I don't know how he got into it.
I think you probably.
I didn't really get him into it. Like, that's the thing. My wife blames me, but I'm like, he just got into it on his own. So
no, but if you're watching it, he's gonna be like, I'll watch this. This looks cool.
So where were we? Oh yeah. I completely lost my train of thought. Third match, we got Brian Cage versus
Marty says, I acknowledge you, Roman.
Smart idea. You never know. That could be the real Roman for all we know. Just cosplaying as my son.
The humble opinion drink.
No, good Lord, no. So, like I said,
drinking game. Okay.
Brian Cage versus the Outrunners. This is a squish match, more of an angle just to further Cage versus Hook. Honestly, I really thought Hook was going to be the one in the Golden Knights mascot. That's who I thought it was going to be. That's what I wrote down.
I thought that for a second too, but as soon as he was making those goofy moves, I'm like, "There's no way that's Hook."
But yeah,
That,
so we'll start with you,
that was
Jesse Gary.
fun.
What did you think?
That was absolutely fun seeing the Vegas mascot doing the swerve thing or the Prince Nana dance. But yeah, no, you know what? It's just one way the build Cage to being that freaking monster though, having him go against two guys like that. Um, and that little brawl with Hook, like Hook trying to jump on him and grapple, and Cage is like carrying him across, like through the stage was kind of like cool to watch or whatever too. Again, to show that Cage is a battle or beast, while at the same time Hook is trying to knock down the beast of peg or two. In my humble opinion.
In my humble opinion.
That's how we know he's done talking. That's his outro.
That's how we know. It's like over.
What about you, Canada Dry?
Well, in my humble opinion, I think that this was really great. Not only because the Outrunners get another paycheck, but you have Hook beat them. The only thing I would have done differently is I would have had Brian Cage beat them first. And then Hook would come this show.
Oh, okay. So just
and then it would be more like I can do it too. And be like, like you can't do this kind of thing. You're smaller or whatever. I think they have to kind of play into his size more and make him be more like a world beater. Like I can this like the little engine that could instead of like
they've been doing a very poor job with that for a long time. Is building Brian Cage like he's one of the most physical, biggest beast on the roster, and he gets jobbed out to small guys sometimes. Like they've done a really poor job making him show his beast skill.
For sure, but I'm referring to Hook instead of booking him like a badass like that. They need to book him like someone who comes from behind and barely squeak like how they booked Darby. That's how they need to book Hook more because he's not believable as a menacing force.
You know what I would love for this storyline to be? I would love for this to be like an anything you can do, I can do better storyline. So Cage goes out and does something, then Hook comes out and tries to one-up him. I think that would be really fun. Because
that would make more sense.
Honestly, like the way this is going right now, I don't see how this does anything for Cage.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to do more harm to Cage than it does good. I mean, it's going to do wonders for Hook, but I would like to see both of these guys get something out of this.
It's going to probably, it's going to most likely be Hook winning, which is going to be the sad part of it. Like, it's going to be probably Cage once again losing to a really lot smaller guy.
Okay, so up next, we have the Adam Copeland interview segment, which was really interesting. Did not go the way that I thought it was going to go. Comes out, Tony Schiavone says, well, you're ranked number 3 in the division, so what are you going to do? Basically grabs the mic, says, before he even gets the challenge, he talks, says there's 1 and 2 are going after the title. We got number 5 going after the international. So that leaves me with the TNT title, but out comes Daniel Garcia. And Daniel Garcia is like, I want my shot at the TNT title too. And then Adam Copeland basically says, here's the deal. Next Wednesday, you, winner gets Christian at Revolution. What do we think, Canada Dry?
What I did not like about this is Daniel Garcia. He pretty much told us he's going to lose.
Yeah.
Like, don't give it away. Because he goes, and if I lose, I'll go right back to the back and do it all. Like,
start all over again.
No, don't say that. Like, it's very much like saying, I don't know if the confidence isn't there. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't like that.
It's not making a lot of sense to me. to be honest with you. I know it's once again another one of those confusing storylines. Especially so if Daniel Garcia loses, it's gonna just do what to him exactly? It's like this whole start from the bottom again. But how long is that gonna take to rebuild him up? It's like he's been built up the last few. You can only do these cycles so many times, and then people just lose interest in the guy.
I don't think that Daniel Garcia is ready for a title yet.
No, it's true,
And
but I
the
can
building
see
up
him
is
losing
just
one.
started. And just like you have a really good match, sometimes the guy that loses ends up getting pushed.
Yeah.
So if they have a banger and just have a really good match and Garcia looks amazing, then this could do nothing but good for him losing this elimination match sort of thing.
Yeah, you might be right in that process too.
All right.
In your humble opinion.
In my humble opinion.
So I had to step out for this next match. So Canada Dry.
All right, let me look at my notes here. Where we got?
But it's Brody King versus Mark Brisco.
Yes. Brody King versus Mark Brisco. Here are my notes. Brody dominates early. Mark Brisco finally makes a comeback. He sets up a table or starts to set up a table. And I've never seen this before, but Rick Knox stops him with building the table. I thought this was odd, but it ended up making sense in the end.
Yeah, I guess that explains why the table was set up like it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this then leads to a domination by Brody King. Like he's just dominating on Mark Brisco. Mark Brisco starts to try to make a comeback until he gets a clothesline from hell. That clothesline of Brody King, that I'd say that beats Bradshaw's, JBL's.
That was a pretty intense clothesline. That's for sure tonight.
But it's also Mark Brisco selling the shit out of it.
He's good at taking clotheslines. I've seen him take a lot of clotheslines in ROH, in my humble opinion. He's one that could really sell the flips.
Well, one thing I did notice about him, regardless of how you feel about his wrestling ability, this guy sells really well.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Mark Brisco is a hell of a seller. Mark Brisco has controlled the match. He's about to do the froggy bow when Julia Hart distracts and Brody King pushes him into the table, crashes and burns. He then gets back in the ring and he hits him with the Gonzo bomb. He gets the win. After the match, Julia hits Mark with a spike.
It almost looked like a railroad spike.
Yeah, and the blood just gushed out of Mark Briscoe's head. I kind of like this match. I enjoyed it. I like the story they're doing. Who's going to rally around him? Is this the Hardys? Maybe the Hardys are going heel, so I don't think they're right for this anymore.
You would think it would be FTR, but they just finished up with House of Black. Don't want to see that again.
And they're teaming with Daniel Garcia too at the same time to go against House of Black and not him too.
Yeah, it's interesting to see where they're going because you can't just have him get beat up by the House of Black every week.
Maybe you do. Maybe he joins.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Or somehow systematically picks each one off one by one. There could be that angle too. But it's just kind of been sad in my humble opinion about watching Jay Briscoe get beat Mark Briscoe getting beat. Like literally, I don't remember the last time he's won a match or won an important match. Like it's just been him losing.
Didn't he win one in the tournament? He won one, didn't he?
Yeah, there's a great example right there. The tournament, he was like he almost lost every match, like you mentioned
No,
right there.
he did lose every match in the tournament.
He didn't win any? I thought he won one against Brody King.
No, that was Daniel Garcia.
Okay, yeah.
He
I thought he won one.
or
I'll
did
be
he
back
beat?
one sec.
Did he beat Did he beat someone? I'm drawing a blank. Jay Lethal. Did he beat Jay Lethal or did Jay Lethal win? I don't remember.
Marty goes, was that not a Samoan spike? Tiffany Trim says, thank you, Marty. I think Mark lost them all. What did he? Oh, yeah, lost them all in the tournament. Okay,
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah, it's been a while since he's won a meaning. He's won some matches, like him and our referee beat Jeff and his wife in a match. There was that little ridiculous tag team match. But yeah, other than that, I don't think he's really won much. Oh, he did. Never mind. Dave says he did beat Jay.
Oh, Jay Lethal. Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Lethal.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, I thought he won one, and I was they didn't want to leave anyone with that.
I knew it was either him or Jay that lost all their matches in the Continental Classic. Are we ready to move on?
We got what we got left.
We got the 2 women's matches in the main event.
Right, there we go. Let's move on then.
So next up is Deonna Perazzo versus Kiera Hogan. This was one of those never in doubt. Deonna was never in any trouble, but she looked good. That submission she does is just brutal looking, where she just sits there and takes your arms and just goes together. Basically makes you have to verbally say I quit versus tapping out. I like it. I think it's a little different. What do you think there, Joseph Gary?
I agree with you 100%. That submission, I wouldn't want to take it because there's some submissions they say that they legitimately hurt, and that one probably does feel a little strenuous on girls, especially reaching that far back and stretch. Like I can't stretch like that. In my humble opinion, that far back. So.
Is your opinion you can't stretch that far?
I don't think that's an opinion. I think we can state that as fact.
That's true. You're absolutely right.
My humble fact.
yeah, I know. You're right, So
Yeah. Canada Dry, what did you think of this match?
I think it's you got to pretty much build up Deonna Perazzo, because she's coming in from nothing, and you got to make her look strong. She's got a title match, so it's interesting to see what will happen out of this. Will Perazzo win this against Tony? Will she take the belt away?
I was thinking about that during the show tonight.
Yeah, so Kiera Hogan seems like she's. You know those memes where they got Cody up here, then The Rock, and then LA Knight down here? Feels like Kiera Hogan is drowning unless she's getting some wins on ROH.
You know what it is, right? She doesn't have the blue hair anymore.
You know that she looked like who's that diva from WWE? The one with the tall one.
I mean, you're not really narrowing them down.
One of the black ones. I don't want to say that, but the tall one.
NXT.
No, she's retired now, but she's she even
Alicia Fox.
Yes, Alicia Fox. Her face looked like Alicia Fox with this hair.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I see that. Yeah.
And you lose something unique when you don't have the colored hair like that.
Yeah, especially like when for the longest time, like she stood out with the bright blue hair.
But that's another person that's been getting kind of just buried a lot. Like, yeah, it's losing match after match after match. Pretty
But
much
is
almost.
Kiera Hogan any good?
I thought
She
she
has-
was. I've followed her outside of AEW. Like she was in Impact for a bit. I thought she
I
was.
was gonna say she had somewhat of a following in Impact. That's how people knew who she was when she transitioned over to AEW. So, in my humble opinion, like she wasn't like they just brought her to AEW as somebody from the Indies. Like, no, she was somewhat established over in Impact before they brought her over. So,
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Like 'cause Diamante, she's kind of floundering too. I can't see them doing anything with like championship wise.
I mean, unless they do go the tag route or something like that. So
But yeah, can you see Diamante and Hogan right now
no,
looking strong enough to win tag belts?
no, not at all.
But that's the thing. Not everyone is.
Not everyone
destined-
can be champions. It's just
that's
Yeah,
true.
like if you remember, Hardcore Holly, he would get in the booking meetings and he's like, "I have an idea for you." I was like, "What's the idea?" Okay, you put the belt on me, and I'll be the champion, and I'll beat everyone.
brilliant. Why didn't we think of that?
It's like that's the only thing you come out. You put the belt on me, okay, that's good for you.
Yeah.
What
I
a
think
humble guy! What an honorable, humble guy! I tell you.
Yeah, so Hardcore Holly never really did much. So he was kind of lower card after tag belts, I guess tag titles, and did he have an
Tag
IC
belts
title
and
run?
hardcore. I don't.
I think he had a short IC run.
Something.
Maybe a spark plug, Holly. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know for sure, but I think he might have.
Something tells me that he did have an IC run. Some inside source makes me kind of think there was.
Your inside source.
Oh,
Yeah. So where were we going? We were going to go to the next match, right?
yeah.
Tony Storm, then.
Yeah. So after the match, we have Deonna Purrazzo celebrating on the ramp. Out comes Tony Storm. I like the fact that these two matches are back to back. It's sort of like, to me, it says like they're trying to one up each other, which I think is a nice little wrinkle in this. But Tony Storm versus Queen Amanada. This is the best I've seen Queen Amanada look. She looked fantastic.
Oh, you didn't watch last week?
I think she looked better this week with Timeless Tony Storm.
No, I don't agree.
I think so. But either way, like she looked good. It was a nice back and forth match. It wasn't one-sided like the previous women's match. It makes Tony Storm a stronger champion, getting her ready for Deonna in a couple weeks.
This is interesting that we're all pretty much smart marks, right?
Yeah.
Where we would look at Deonna Purrazzo's match and be like, yeah, thanks for what? And we look at this one and we're like, yeah, this is good. But they were intending to have Perazzo look strong, but this does the opposite.
Yeah, it does.
Like it makes Tony Storm.
And
look
in
better.
fact, Tony got busted open once again in this match. They've seen a little bit blood being drawn from her nose.
Yeah.
But they wanted to just make her look like a world beater. And
Yeah.
sometimes that backfires on you when you do that.
It's
I mean,
almost, yeah.
like I said, I still think the character work of Tony Storm is second to none right now. Like it feels like she's slowly going like even more crazy than when she became this timeless character. Which I'm kind of curious to see where this takes us.
Yeah, we were talking about this a little bit just a few moments ago. Do they take the belt off Tony and give it to Perazzo? We didn't really come to a conclusion on that.
I think possible because they've already pulled it from her a few times and given her short reign, so it might be a good possibility. And then speaking of which, we were talking about the character being more and more unstable. Then we'll get to see a side of her become really unstable once she loses the women's title. In my
It's hard
humble
to have
opinion.
Perazzo come in right away and win.
Yeah, but I think that's why they should, because they always have these people come in right away, put them in title programs, and they
And
lose.
do nothing. Yeah.
You know what will be interesting? You put the title on Deonna Purrazzo, and then you have Mariah May go on this quest to like defend Toni Storm's honor, where she eventually wins the title. And then you can really have Toni Storm just go full heel on Mariah May.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you risk if you keep this championship reign going too long, you risk losing some of Toni Storm's cachet, I guess, her
shine.
Her shine. If you keep the title on her too long, because okay, we've seen this for so having her kind of go to a back burner on another kind of quest could be good for this Timeless Storm. Because how long can a Timeless Toni Storm character last?
Yeah, that's a great question. My humble opinion, I mean, it's great, but it's going to be one of those characters with a shelf life. And I don't think that shelf life is going to be more than a year, more than a couple. Like it cannot. If it goes 2 years, it's way too long.
What are you talking about? It's timeless, guys. It says it in the name.
It's in the name. Do you think that this character can actually be have a longevity? EVP?
Yes, I think as long as they keep evolving it. Like
Well,
if we
yeah.
get, like that's the key. Is just evolve, keep adding in little wrinkles to it. Yeah, I could see it going on for a little while longer.
I'll tell you one thing.
Wait. We got to get some comments here. I got beef with Tiff. Tiff goes, can't take the heat stand of the kitchen chicks.
Jeez.
Toni better not lose the title. She's timeless. The character's timeless. Damn it, I agree with Joe again. I really am evil. So yeah, I think if she evolves the character, that's the key. And you can't stay that character for very long before evolving, right?
Yeah, no, it's got to be
Constantly evolving.
yes, like you can't just have the same thing for a month or two, because then it'll get really old. Then that's what the issue be.
But Orange Cassidy, people were thinking that about him, right?
I was one of them.
And have you come over to the other side now? Are you an Orange Cassidy guy yet?
I mean, yeah, I'm not really on this reign. This reign is not as good as his first reign for me, but
yeah, the spotlight seems to be off the title altogether.
Yeah, it's like,
and I don't think it's his fault. I just think
no, it's not. It's just how it's being booked right now. It feels like Tony got a little gun shy with all the injuries around that title with Mox and Phoenix and everyone else.
That's true.
Oh, big slam by Shane. Screw this Joseph Gary guy.
More hate mail. I swear, I just can't go a day without hate. I'm gonna have to take some time off. Like I took time off today. I really took time off today, and I come back, and this is what I.
Yeah, you left the podcast. You took some time off. You came back in the nighttime, and now this.
I'm gonna have to get like one of my people that maybe fill in for me for the next while. While I'm still doing things behind the scenes.
Yeah, I know. So what do we got next? This is the main event?
Yeah, main event. I mean, before we go to that, Toni Storm after the match said she's going to debut her new movie on Wednesday, Wet Ink. See what that's about? I don't know. I have no idea what it could be. I don't know about that one. But anyway, yes, main event time. Orange Cassidy versus Ishii. This is a typical Ishii match. A lot of punches, a lot of just little comedy at the beginning with the collar and elbow tie up, and Orange Cassidy can't move Ishii. Ishii is just a brick wall. So but yeah, a couple orange punches. I don't even remember how this match ends, honestly. Was it Orange Punch that just took him out, right? Or Beach Break. I can't remember.
I
It's kind of
think it
how
was. I think it
uneventful
was
this
an
match
orange.
was.
I think it was an Orange Crush. I can't remember.
Orange Punch.
Orange Punch. Sorry. I. You know what? In my humble opinion, watching even Ishii back in New Japan for a few, like 5 years, the matches are the same. They just like an Eddie Kingston match for the most part lately. You get the same old crap, and it's just getting boring. But hey, at least it's just he's another guy that takes falls every time you go in. Every time he comes into AEW, it's like he's gonna lose the match.
Well,
So
he's just coming for the money, so he's just booked to.
yeah, so at least it builds up Orange Cassidy's character. But I mean, how much more you could build it up? He's already beaten the top stars, so having him beat somebody like Ishii is. Like if they want to elevate him again, they need to give him main event player once again. But then who? That's the question. In my humble opinion,
Um, I don't enjoy Ishii. It's not my thing. It's kind of like it's not my style of wrestling. And I think Tony Khan books too much like a fan sometimes.
Yes.
Like,
Well,
and I think it's such a niche booking to do.
well, Ishii was doing matches for the Worlds Collide for years, or other ROH event for years. So this is not like just like he doesn't like AEW just brought him to the North American market. No, he's been at it for probably at least 8
Well, yeah, I
to 10
know,
years.
but I feel like
It's the
this
same
isn't
thing, though. It's the same stupid. Like, yeah, no, I agree with you.
yeah. So I don't like them. What's the other guy that had against Eddie Kinks or Copeland last week?
Minoru Suzuki?
Yeah,
No,
it's
You
like
don't
it's a
like the
fan.
murder, Grandpa?
Yeah, they're pretty much 1 and 2 the same guy.
Here in the States, yes, but if you was to watch them in New Japan, it's a little different.
Yeah, like it's
and
but you're also getting a
Minoru,
different style of wrestling.
Minoru's in GCW has put on some freaking bangers in GCW among a few other North America. Like, yeah, AEW, he looks like trash, but when he's been in other cards like GCW, Bloodsport, and ROH in the past, he could put on not just the chop. Sorry. I think I got some of the cat aid. Sorry about that, but like even some of the matches he's put on good technical matches, which Ishii can never do whatsoever.
Ishii's not a technical wrestler. He is, as JR would put it, he does the slobber knockers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I tried to get into this one, I just couldn't.
If Ishii's not your cup of tea, you're never going to be into him. And it just is what it is with him.
Yeah, and like you're trying to enjoy the Orange Cassidy part of it, but it's just like, so
I did like that little Hulk up moment that OC had, and then he just falls flat on his face.
yeah, I like that part as well. Yeah. So we have an attack after as well?
Yes, so after the match, Ishii gets out, walks up the ramp. Out comes the Undisputed Kingdom and lay out Orange Cassidy with a spike pile driver. And then Ishii comes running back along with Trent to run off the Undisputed Kingdom. And that's how the show ends.
Yeah. I think they're building up that title defense pretty good for Orange Cassidy at Revolution.
In my humble opinion, Roddy definitely is deserve. If anybody's gonna take the international title off of Orange Cassidy, it should be Strong. In my humble opinion about that.
I want to see some Orange Cassidy get some revenge before that title gets taken off him, though. I think he's been attacked a couple times here.
Yeah, well, we got a little less than a month until the show, till the pay-per-view.
Yeah, he needs to get in some of his own licks here.
He needs to be Taven and Bennett. I think that's who it should be.
Yeah, so
I feel like honestly, like what I wouldn't mind having happen is like for the 2 weeks leading up to Revolution, have Orange Cassidy beat Taven and Bennett, and the stipulation being if Orange Cassidy beats them, they're banned from ringside.
yeah, every person he
Yeah.
beats that is banned from ringside.
And then that way, it'll just make Roddy look stronger when he beats OC 1-on-1 clean.
Are we gonna get an eventual full best friends with Chaos members versus Undisputed Kingdom tag match or team match?
That's a possibility as well, but
I really don't know what their plan is.
Yeah, that's one thing with TK booking. Sometimes it makes it look like one way where it would make sense, and that doesn't happen. Like, but this would make sense to have Orange's boys with him versus. Well, then again, Adam Cole's still on the shelf, so you really only have the 4 members you could use for that. And then Trent Beretta is also on the shelf right now, though, isn't he?
Tiffin Tripp says Cade looks different tonight. I think she thinks you're Cade tonight.
No. Trent's not on the shelf. It's Chucky T.
Sorry, yeah, Chucky T. Yeah, my bad.
The interesting thing is that the other thing was Bullet Club. They're putting them together with the Acclaims so they could take on the Kingdom, and then that Janice like.
It's like they forgot it exists. The Undisputed Kingdom exists.
Well, we got our reason that we built each other up. Now we're gonna forget all about it, and we're not that mad at you, anyways.
Yeah, it's okay.
No biggie.
I think it's gonna lead to it's gonna be a Bullet Club double cross eventually, leading to the titles for title match. In my humble opinion, you know.
I don't like that booking at all because we've already had that, but. I wouldn't even done that if that's what it was going to be, but we'll see.
Maybe we'll get AEW's version of the finger poke of doom during this.
But it just then makes like you brought this whole Bullet Club Gold franchise name, and now you've like this is what's gonna like this is totally the opposite of what Bullet Club values and. My humble opinion was to begin with.
I mean, to be fair, the whole concept behind Bullet Club was evil foreigners. You can't really pull that when you're in America. So
yeah.
Well, Jay White, you know, he's technically a foreigner. Yeah. So
yeah, I guess we'll see. I wouldn't mind, like I said. Combine the 6-man and the trios titles, and then just have a super like Freebird rule. You'll never know which 3 you're facing.
That would be fun. And even after you switch the guys, you'll have like 2 guns and freaking Max one night, or freaking Billy and Jay with one other one night. Like that would be pretty. That would actually be pretty epic booking.
They do a tournament to do the Continental Crown, but with the 3-way title. Oh my goodness, we got 9 titles. Oh my goodness.
They actually, you know what? They could, if New Japan wanted to hand over another title, technically they could with the Never.
Oh yeah, they could.
The Triple Crown, triple tag team title. Wow.
It's a dumb idea.
You know, in my humble opinion, Canada Dry, you're absolutely right.
No, I don't want that happening. It was a joke.
No, it has to, in my humble opinion, it has to happen now. It has to.
Oh no, I careful what you book, children. Sometimes when you want something, it doesn't work out for you because you get what you want, and it's not exactly
how you want
it. The reason I'm doing this is because I think we need to do. Hold on. We need to do.
Dun it.
all that to do a knowledge is power moment where careful what you wish for because you get it and you won't like it.
Okay, so I guess we're at that point. Ratings, favorite match. So we'll start with Mr. Joseph Gary.
I would have to go with the not so much because of the match itself, but what happened after, but the Blackpool Combat Club versus CML, because setting up that FTR versus BBC like that kind of does give me a little chill because it was not a booking you saw coming. It was total utter left field. So I gotta have to say that's definitely the match in the night, and probably I'm trying to think of this.
There wasn't many segments tonight.
Yeah, you know what? That alone, that probably would have to call that technically also a segment too, because John Moxley started melting off, saying like, "Hey, we're here. Who's gonna knock this chip off her shoulder?" And here's FTR showing up and knocking the chip off their shoulder. So I would have to give that full package of that right there.
And what's your rating?
So I gave it a B, so I'd probably say like 6.57.
It's out of 5.
Oh, out of 5. Sorry. My humble opinion then, 3.5. Yeah, 3.5, 3.75.
Okay, 3.75.
Which one, 3.5 or 3.75?
3.75. In my humble opinion, I'll give it a 3.75.
Canada Dry.
My favorite match was Brody King versus Garcia.
That was.
Oh no, not Brody King versus Garcia. It was Brody King versus
Brisco.
Mark Brisco. That's right. Who was Garcia against?
Shane Taylor.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed Brody King versus Mark Brisco. I just like the selling by Mark Brisco. I like the storytelling in this. Brody King's a monster. I'm sorry. Yeah, Brody King's a monster. I thought I said the other guy who's not with us anymore. But yeah, it was the match of the night. I'm going to go segment night. I'll go with Tony Storm after the match, lying in the ring. I thought it was a nice touch. Just lying in the middle of the ring. And I'll give this a 3.77. I Bob Barkered ya.
Okay, so my segment of the night is the BCC and FTR. My match of the night, I'm wavering. I think I want to give it to the ladies, so I'm going to go with Queen Amanada and Tony Storm. I'll give them match of the night. And I'm giving this show a 3.5. Like I said, it was a fine show. Nothing offensive, but if you didn't see it, really didn't miss much.
Well, yeah, the thing is, every show doesn't need to be a home run.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's how you create spoiled children.
Yeah. Well, we were pretty close in that. Right? We didn't think it was over the top, and we didn't think it was all shit at the same time. We were pretty close to our ratings tonight.
So our average is 3.673 repeating.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that concludes our show. We don't really need to keep blathering on about Bill Cosby. We don't need to keep talking about what Mr. Isaacs would do to Bill Cosby with that. What did he want to do? Was it some sort of weapon?
It was definitely something that wasn't humble. That's for sure.
That's true. It was not humble. But on behalf of EVP Joe, on behalf of Joseph Gary, on behalf of myself, Canada Dry, raise your fist in the air, wave around like you just don't care, and remember to just keep fighting.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effin wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effin wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effinwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.
What the Joseph H. Gary is going on here?